Everyone, sorry I'm a little bit late tonight. Had a few not computer technical difficulties, but I had some difficulties. How is everybody going? I'm just gonna sit around and just wait for a few people to jump on, see what's going on here. Alrighty, just waiting. Sorry I was late once again. Hi Paul, how are you? Sorry, my comments change every time I go live. My comments are somewhere else. Hi Andrea, I'm glad you love your cup. Alrighty, so I'll keep going for a little bit. Hi Leanne. Tonight we're going to be making a reverse canvas. So there's quite a lot of steps and I really wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be for this one. I've had the design prepared and done for like weeks on weeks, but I should have pre-cut a bit of it last night and I didn't, so I'm super sorry. I'll show you the design shortly, and I'm going to try and be a little bit more like Paul and use some technology. So I think I might have my technology down pat, but if it breaks, I'm sorry in advance. Hi Tennille, hi Jessica, hi Gail, hi Emery. Alrighty, so I'm just going to wait for a few more people to jump on. We don't have a lot of people on tonight compared to normal. So, hey Elise. So basically, for those who don't know what a reverse canvas is, it is just an everyday regular canvas. So in this instance, I just picked up a $4 one from the reject shop. And what we do is we reverse it. So it's probably a good thing that I can probably start with talking about how you reverse it, but I would like to maybe talk about the design first and get that started to cut so that, you know, we don't run into long delays and pauses. So what I'll start with is I'll jump through to my design space, and from there we can talk about what the design is. So for anybody who saw the what was it? It was on Cricut official page. I'm making a find a word for the bathroom. So I thought this was really good because I find it funny because my husband sits on the toilet forever. He's probably going to kill me for saying that. But, you know, I thought it would be a really funny thing just for people like guests to come in and sit down when they're at the toilet and find a word. Hi to everybody else that I haven't said hi to yet. So what we have here, and I do apologize, I can't actually see my full screen at the moment because of, I can't see all my comments at the moment because I've got design space open. But I've designed the find a word and I've set it to a certain size. Now I'm going to share this file afterwards. So I wanted you guys to be very much aware that this will be a file that you can adjust and change to yourself, and you don't have to use the same size canvas that I'm using. So what I've done here is I've worked out the size of the inside of my canvas. Now I'll explain about the inside when I start pulling apart the canvas that we've got. But the canvas that I'm working with today is, if I highlight the white rectangle here, the canvas I'm working with is about 12 inches by about 26 inches, give or take. I wouldn't go over, but I think I've underestimated a little bit because I didn't have my proper tape measure. And what I've done is I've placed my design within it based on that. Now, if you hypothetically say your canvas is, I don't know, let's just say you're working with a canvas that is maybe only 20 inches in length, then I would see what I've done here. I've just sort of changed the size of the canvas, and this is just as a base. And then I would take these, I wouldn't unlock them because the proportions won't stay, but I would take these and make them smaller. So I'm just trying to, so that it fits. So like you could potentially change a few of the details, like maybe the part where it says forgot your phone. So you can come in here, you can detach it because I've currently got it attached. And you could say, all right, well, to fit this in nicely, I'd like to have forgot your phone as just maybe you want it up in the corner here. And then you might want you find a word still to be a little bit bigger because that's the main part that people need to see. And perhaps you might not want the wash your hands at the end, so you might want to detach those. Remove the wash your hands. We've got them already grouped together. Oh, might help if I can view it. Zoom in, Natalie, you smart genius. Alrighty, so I might want to, I can't even grab it. Grab them, and that might just be how you want it to look, or you might want the wash your hands to be super small on the other end. So you can adjust the size of this design to fit into the size of your canvas. So like you don't have to do it the way I have it set out. I'm going to just go back into my projects and reopen it because I know I've played around with that design, but you can adjust this design to be whatever you want it to be. So let me just go in. Yeah, we're going to replace what I had on the mat. And sorry, I haven't been able to see any notes, so I'm not sure if anyone's commenting. Awesome, so I'm not really missing anything. Alrighty, so now that I'm here, I'm just going to zoom out, and I have done some pre-cutting, not all of it. So once I've got my design set out to be the right size of my canvas, I'm just going to hide the square or the rectangle. It says square here in the corner, but I'm just going to click the little eye and hide that in design space. Penny, I don't say forgot your phone. I say like, did you forget your phone? It's meant to be like, forget your phone kind of thing. So you can change that though, because you can make it whatever you want. So mine is supposed to be like, forget your phone, like do your puzzle. But this is how I speak in my house, and you can change it to be whatever you want in your house. Alrighty, so I've actually already pre-cut the top portion here that I had attached. So I'm actually going to just simply hide that, and we're going to cut the bottom half here. Alrighty, so I'm going to go over to Make It. And we're going to mirror it because I'm working with iron-on. And it says I look here, so I just need at least 11 inches wide by that just over 7 inches down. So I'm going to click on continue. Hi, Wendy. No worries, Penny. Like, you know, like everyone can make changes and whatnot. This is just how I wanted mine to say. Everyday iron-on, so I'm going to select that. And because, you know, we're all here, I'm going to get ready to do fast mode. I'm just going to quickly switch over, and I'm trying to be all like Paul, and I'm going to transition to a different view. So hopefully you guys can all see this. So I've got my green mat and I have some of my vinyl here. So I'm going to place the vinyl down on the mat up the top, and I've got my brayer. So I'm going to brayer it down, and perfect, it goes just over the 7 inches, so that'll be the perfect size. And load it into my mat. And if I just transition back here, I'm just going to show you how in Design Space, if you're working with a material such as cardstock, vinyl or iron-on, they do have a great option from fast mode, which will make it cut up to 2 times faster. So I'm going to click on fast mode, and now I'm going to press C to start, and it will do its thing. So whilst that's working, I'm going to transition back here. So this isn't the size of the canvas that I'm working with, but this is a canvas that I'll be doing a project on later. So what I'm actually going to do is show you how you would get the canvas ready for a reverse canvas. So just going to open that up. Oh, thanks, Samantha. I actually need to get them done. They've grown out heaps. I'm probably due to see my nail tech. So I'm just going to discard of my rubbish. I don't keep that stuff there. And I literally just use my True Control knife to cut off the canvas here. So I'm just going to cut that here. Whoop. This will all make sense, and you know, sometimes a little bit is a nick, but we're just taking the canvas off. Now you can clean up really nicely, and I potentially will going forward clean up this canvas and take off all of the staples that are in there. I did not prepare, like I said, did not prepare very well for tonight. So alrighty, so this is just a cheap canvas from the reject shop, and essentially what you do is you take your canvas, and to reverse it you actually staple the canvas onto the back of your frame. Now this gives you an opportunity here to stain or paint your frame, which is what I've actually done today for our larger frame. I've given it a bit of a, I can't really tell, a lick of paint, so that it will, I don't know, stand out a little bit against a white wall. So whilst we'll get onto the stapling and how you do that later, but whilst we're doing that, I'm going to finish weeding some stuff that I have. So I already pre-cut this and designed it, obviously, so I was just going to show you, if you are working with the Cricut vinyl, just how well, as long as you've got the right blade and the blade is sharp, how easy the weeding is on it. It's stuff just like weeds like butter. And I'm a very rough weeder, if anyone didn't know. I probably say this every time, but I'm very rough when it comes to my, get out of the way, my weeding and my crafting. I'm very much a she'll be right kind of person. Where's my weeding tool? Only occasionally do I have to hook things out. So thought I'd just show you some bits. Hi Jess. So hopefully you guys can see well. Like, I don't have great visibility right now. So I'm not doing too bad. That came off pretty much in one go, and then I sort of just, you need to make sure you do go through and you do make sure you get all the inside bits. And the reason why that's so important is because once it's ironed on, even though you can heat it from behind and remove it, it'll leave a glue with you most of the time if you try and do that. So probably best to be very diligent, because it's very easy with so many words to miss a few insides of the A's and things. So even if you just go word by word or row by row. Hi Deborah. So everything is reversed, as you can see, which is why we're working with iron-on. Hi Tracy. So please feel free to ask questions. Tell me how your day is while this boring part is happening. Hi Patty from Central Queensland. I am from Northern New South Wales. Probably feeling very pleased that I'm here and not in some other places at the moment because of how serious COVID is in some places. Hi Liz. Yeah, there's lots of tiny bits, Charlotte. I actually love weeding, but I would prefer weeding words to a mandala. So, weirdly enough, and I think it's just because I'm comfortable with words. You probably can see my head when I lean over. I didn't realise and whatnot. Come on. Hang on, I just can't read the comments very well, so just give me a moment. What am I making that's a lot to weed? I'm making a reverse canvas, Deborah. So it's going to be a reverse canvas where it has a find a word on it. So it's going to be you can sit on the toilet and look for the word bathroom maybe. Stacey, no updates yet. We're very close to giving you guys some more details. So as soon as we have all the information, we will let you know. The last thing we want to do is to delay it for you guys, delay giving you the information. And yeah. Hi Lisa from Melbourne. Liz, it's a reverse canvas, so it'll all make sense, but in the meantime, it's going to have find a word, and it's going to be for your bathroom or your toilet, potentially. Obviously, it depends on the layout of your house, whether you put it on the back of the door in the toilet or how it goes. You use iron-on, Bonnie. So, because canvas is a fabric, it's best to use iron-on. I have in the past used permanent, but back before I knew all the tricks of the trade, and it just took forever to stick. So this is part 1, and that was perfect timing. I'll just get rid of these little bits because part 2 is ready to go. Whilst that's doing though, I don't actually need the maker anymore. This part is the fun part, so forgive me. You're probably going to shake a little bit, but I'm just going to push it out of the way so we've got more space. Alrighty, so part 1's been done. And then part 2, which I will... Yep, she made the cut for this one here. We just do our bit. That sounds very cool. Thank you. Sorry for the late. Hi, Nat. Hi, Tammy. Yes, she does. What comment have I missed? That looks like a special technique takes me forever. What have I missed? I guess I'll come back and find it later. I can't see the comment. It's disappeared, but I'm a bit of a good weeder, if that's what you're talking about. So once again, I just sort of, I trust that my machine has cut it well, and I don't dwell too much on being pedantic about it all. You're trying to find the words already, are you, Charlotte? Well, they're not hard. Being as most shipping is taking at least 4 weeks or more to get here, take a long time. Oh, I feel like I'm missing a lot of the comments here, so I do apologize. I don't think I can see all the comments, to be honest, because I feel like some people are commenting and replying back to others, and I'm not getting them. So, oh, my easy weeding. Look, you just 100% is trust your product and trust your blade. So if your blade is really good and like newish, I mean, mine's not super new. I've been cutting cardstock flowers with this blade, but it's just trusting your settings. And then literally you just, like, I pile up a whole heap of weeding on the one. I don't go one, get rid of it. I just pile it all up so that it's until it feels like it's full, if that makes sense, which is probably why I like the hook. So Emma, I'm using just the Cricut everyday iron-on in black. So this is it takes 2 mats, or one, like this project, the size I'm doing, it takes one 12 by 24 inch sheet of cardstock or roll of cardstock. I just realized Paul's probably very thankful that I don't have a low cut top on because my boobs were in the way. No need for booby cam. Yeah, it is definitely much quicker, just to let the weeding just pile up onto your weeding tool. Yep. And only sort of go back to it when you need it. So it won't be too much longer because I'm nearly finished the weeding. I thought this was going to take forever to weed. Don't worry, Janine, you haven't really missed much. We just talked about how to resize the design in Design Space, because maybe tomorrow, after I've been able to take a nice photo, because I love taking photos in natural light, I will take a photo of the project and then share it on the group for everybody if you want to make the project yourself. And once again, keep in mind you are able to adjust and adapt the project so it's your own. So you can use different fonts if you like. Alrighty, so we've got our bits and pieces here, which this is the quickest weeding I have ever done, considering I thought tonight I was going to be running out of time. So I'm just moving some tools out of the way. Alrighty, so I've got some tools out of the way. I'm actually going to, some people do this part differently. I'm actually going to attach the canvas back to my frame before I iron on, and the reason for that is that I want to be able to make sure when I'm ironing on that I'm going to get it centered to the frame. Look, Emma, to be honest, anything that is a stretch iron-on or a stretch HTV is going to stretch when you cut it. So you're going to struggle anyway. So yeah, I've never had an issue with small stuff. I do lots of fine words and I've never ever had a problem. So here's my frame. I painted it a charcoal grey. Well, sorry, it's called Relic. I just used this chalky finish paint from Americana Decor, which is just from Spotlight. I don't know if you can get it anymore because most of them, I've got a couple of different ones of these and they all went out of stock. Like I got mine on special for like $10 because they were going out. So but you can use any kind of paint, or you can stain the wood, you can do whatever you want. Like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do. So I've had this canvas for ages because I've been planning on this project, and you can see here I opened it and I've got like this mark on the front. So I'm not actually going to use that side of the canvas. I'm actually going to turn it over and use the back. Now, it was a little bit dusty, so I did get here and use the lint roller on it. So you can use the lint roller. And so essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to recut it, like reattach it like that, which means my design will go here. So I need to staple the back. Now, I will trim off the edges, these extra overhangs, so don't worry about that. Christine, iron-on actually lasts longer, and everyday vinyl, in my experience in the past, has always not stuck very well. So in the past I've had to use Mod Podge just to get it to stick, and to me that's a lot of effort when you can use iron-on. And yeah, it's a little bit more expensive to buy iron-on than everyday vinyl, but for the effort that is involved, I'm not gonna waste my time, if that makes sense. But you can, if you want to use regular vinyl, you can. Oh, I will quickly say that with my canvas here, I haven't taken off this here because I just didn't have time. But with my canvas, it did come with a line, like because it's so big, it came with a piece of wood in between. All I did was just saw the wood in half and then wriggled it out. It's got a couple of holes. It's kind of hard to show you, but there's a couple of holes here where that piece of like wood was, that was a security brace or whatever you would call it. So I'm going to staple it. You can use any staple gun. I went out today and bought a new one because I couldn't find mine. And my technical difficulties for why I was a tad late to my, hi Karen, tad late to my tutorial tonight was because I couldn't work out how to load my new staple gun. So this is my new staple gun. It's just a Fiskars one. I just thought it would be easy because every time I buy a staple gun from like Bunnings, I lose the information about what size staples I need. This has it on the side here, but you can also go into Spotlight and buy the staples that go with it. So go for it. Yay, Natalie knows words. So I'm not like super professional here, and as long as I pull it tight, I'm happy to go. I'm just going to try not to do where I can feel that there is staples already. Ta-da! I got my first one in. So I'm going to pull it tight because I want it as tight as possible. I'm glad that you've been on the hunt to make one. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise now. I'm just going to do some integral places. So I'm just going to like, the staple gun was $40, but I got $12 off with that 30% off voucher that's out at Spotlight at the moment. So, yeah, I used the voucher that came in the mail. And it has I don't have the packaging here, I threw it on the ground, but it has a lifetime warranty. So, yeah, for me, that was pretty good. And you just want to just make sure it's tight. You had some trouble loading the gun too. Yeah, look, I was trying to load it from the end here, and you actually have to load it here. So if anyone buys this staple gun and need help loading, I can help you out. My husband and I were looking at it going, oh, you have no idea what you're doing, Natalie, kind of thing. And you can put as many or as little staples in. I would just rather make sure I'm pulling it nice and tight. And there is no right or wrong way. So it's feeling pretty tight up here. Yeah, Jenny, it's a good little voucher. I wasn't really expecting it. I got it in the mail, I think, yesterday. And I didn't know, I don't normally make use of my Spotlight vouchers. I know that's probably terrible, but like I always am not after anything of high enough value that I think, oh, I'll use my voucher on it. But this bad boy, he's holding up for me tonight, so I'm just going to fill in the middle just to make sure we got a nice coverage. Alrighty, so I've got a nice coverage. It's a very tight canvas. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the outside layer. Where am I? So I've got my True Control knife. So if anyone doesn't have these knives from Cricut, they're amazing. Well, I'm using the backside penny. Normally you would use the front side. It doesn't really matter because the canvas pretty much is the same on both sides. I just got this one really dirty, and to save the idea of having to paint it, I just decided that I would use the other side. And I've had this canvas for ages, waiting to do this reverse canvas. And I really was not wanting to go out and spend more money on a canvas when I have frames and stuff here. So yeah. You can use, most people teach you to use the front side of the canvas because it's a little bit cleaner looking usually. It's usually got like a really nice white finish to it. But like we all know in crafting, there is no one way. So I'm just trimming this up. This is the back of it. It doesn't have to be perfect, so please don't feel judged by it. The sides here, I'm just going to hang like 3M like foam strips or Velcro strips or whatever. And like I said, you can use any Stanley knife, but the True Control is just amazing. So yeah, if you don't have one, get one, you'll use it. Alrighty, so just getting this in. Come on, Arthur, come on, come on. Alrighty, so I'm just going to take all my scraps, chuck them in the bin because I'm not going to use those strips anymore. Make sure I put my lid on my True Control knife. And then kind of Bob's your uncle. And I didn't even go through like a full strip of these staples. So yeah, and I haven't used the safety on it. I'm not going to do it while I put staples in it, but there's a safety feature on that gun as well. Alrighty, so now it is super comfy to hold. So honestly, you would it doesn't feel like it's going to hurt you. The only thing that hurt in that whole process was the fact that I was bending over, and Natalie doesn't like bending over. So just so I can help find the middle, I'm going to trim down the sides because obviously this was a 12-inch piece of iron-on. And Wendy, it was in the post. I got it with the catalogue. So if you get postal vouchers, I haven't seen it come through yet. And sorry, Sam, I just realised it was you that talked about the comfiness of it. So, hi. Alrighty, so just sort of work out how you want it spaced. I'm sort of a girl that will just eyeball it. Hi, Elise. Alrighty, so I mean that looks sort of even to me. I'm kind of relying on the screen to tell me whether it looks even as well. Wow, this live is going much quicker than I thought it was going to. I thought this was going to take forever. I thought I'd be like super delayed. Alrighty, so what we've got here. It didn't, Patty, I couldn't tell you 100% right now because I've already used it, but I used it in store, so it definitely wasn't online only. But whether it's both, I have no idea either. So I'm just going to grab, and I apologize, my Easy Press. You're not going to be able to really see much of it in the view because I've got too much else on the table. I'm running extension cords from my bedroom because my craft room is a mess and I can't really get to the power. Alrighty, and I don't have anything in front of me because I forgot to check what temperature I needed it. So I am going to, while we're here, quickly open up, what's that thing called? Cricut Heat Guide. That's what I'm looking for. Heat Press Guide. Sorry, and I can't see what is happening because I'm just looking it up on my computer. So I'm using an Easy Press 2. I'm using Everyday Iron-On. I'm using a cotton canvas. I've got an Easy Press Matte Apply. Change it to Celsius, so I need it to be 170, so let's just increase that for 30 seconds. So now we'll wait for that to heat up. Alrighty. Look, the mats are definitely a great investment, and the reason why they're so good is because what happens with these mats is they actually have, and like Paul could probably correct me properly because I'm not the TVSN guy, but I believe there's like 7 layers of heat reflecting technology inside them. So when you use a towel, the guide will tell you to turn it over and preheat from behind. But when you're using the Easy Press mats, you don't have to heat from behind, because what happens is the heat stays in the mat. And trust me, if you touch the mat after you've heat pressed, like use the Easy Press on it, that thing is hot, like really hot. Like if I'm doing something that's cold peel, I have to take it off the mat and onto a table to cool down, because it will keep the heat. So it's definitely, even though they, you know, they seem a little bit pricey, it's definitely a great investment, because everything about the Easy Press and everything about the, what's that thing called? The iron-ons from Cricut, they're all designed to go together. So yeah. Could you press on a heat press before you attach the back? Yes, you can, Kathy. There's nothing saying you can't. I don't have a heat press anymore. I only have my Easy Presses because I'm not selling or anything like that anymore. So I just press with what I've got. However, I do find that the risk you have is that you won't be able to line your design up how you want it to look in the canvas, if that makes sense. So you need to be able, you probably want to make sure you've got your spacing and your sizing correctly, especially when you go to attach the canvas to the back of the frame. So just checking to see if I've missed anything, sorry, because I don't think I have. If I have missed anything, it's probably because it's not showing up in my comments, so I do apologize. Yeah, and with the voucher, you could use the 30% off now on an Easy Press mat as well, which makes them a little bit more affordable. So, but I mean, they're a great investment. I love mine. I made sure I got a small one also to go with my mini, just so that I, you know, keep them all together, sort of thing. Alrighty, so we're at temperature. Not 100% sure, Melissa, but you could definitely just check out on Spotlight's website. So I don't think, is he going to fit? He fits, he just fits. So I'm going to press him. Oh, yep, might help if I press the timer. Yeah, Wendy, the Easy Press mat and the True Control knife, like they're like untapped resources. Yeah, at least it's good to have. I've got all sizes, to be honest, but you know, the good thing is the small ones aren't. Come on. Look at that. That actually, that's how well it's stuck, that the liner came up with the thing. So that's already stuck on there, no problems. Oh, love it. So I'm just going to go this one, make sure it's exactly where I want it, which I think it is, on the mat. Maybe move the mat a little bit so I can probably fit it all. Move it down a little bit just to... So might just do bit by bit for this one. Feel free to keep chatting. Thank you, Paul, for that link for the Easy Press mats. You are amazing, as usual. And like, you don't need a lot of pressure, it's just light pressure. Janine, this is the part that's had it already pressed. If I was pressing and the plate went over the top of that part, 100% I would cover it. I would probably just cover it back up with the transfer sheet, but there is no need to cover the transfer sheet. It's not going to burn or anything or scorch your iron on. So there's absolutely no risk there. Yeah, Melissa, it does heat and stick without the timer on. The timer is just good to know so you don't like forget how long you need to press it for. Which, you know, if you've got infusible ink, it's great because the coasters take 4 minutes to infuse. So the timer is good because you can set it to 4 minutes and press the button and kind of like walk away, move some things around, clear your workspace, put your rubbish in the bin, come back, take it off, sort of thing. So yeah, it's definitely not a bad investment. I love my Easy Press. Thanks, Diane. Yeah, no need, Janine, really no need. It's only if you have, like, what's the right words, like iron-on that hasn't got a transfer on it. So yeah, I feel like I need a little bit more on this R. It's not quite stuck, I think. I don't think I quite got that corner there. Give me a moment. Yeah, Charlotte, same for me. So I'm just getting this corner bit. Now, if anyone's ever lucky enough to come to my house, I'm just going to ask you, please don't find the words with actual pen. Use your eyes. I'm okay with anything and everything, but just don't ruin my artwork. Alrighty, so all looks pretty good. Still very hot, remember, so normally I would just let it cool down a bit beforehand. And let me turn off my Easy Press and just move it away. And move my Easy Press mat out of the way. Chuck my, I mean, you can keep these if you ever need them. They're good for helping to pick up vinyl, especially if you've cut your iron-on straight all the way through with a new blade. So they're great, but I don't really keep them. And voila. So this is mine. I'll take some really pretty pictures of it tomorrow. I might bring you back to like a different view so I can show you guys. This is the final results. So I hope you guys love it. Like I said, I'm going to share the design with you. It was a really easy and quick tutorial. Like, this is, other than the time it takes to paint the frame. Vicky, it's not an SVG. I created this SVG using all images in Design Space. So I'm going to share the file, which is going to be a link for Design Space. However, if you're not a Cricut user, if you don't have Cricut, then you could probably, I don't know, find a file somewhere. I painted the frame, but you can stain it if you like as well. So you can treat the frame however you like. Tired of watching YouTube on the loo. Yeah, well, my husband was away for a while and I found him on the toilet with TikTok out. So awesome. So there's just a couple of things that we want to talk about. Is just a reminder to everybody that we currently have our competition for our 30,000 member giveaway. So we're into week 2. We've got until Sunday for the entries. So make sure you jump on and search the group. So it's, I think it's Cricut for Australians 30K. Forgive me, Paul. I don't have anything in front of me to read from. So I'm going with the Q, but it's in the announcement. So it's the first thing that when you jump onto Cricut for Australians, it's going to be the first thing that you see, and it will be a post from Paul on Monday. So Please make sure you jump on board, share it around. We've got another prize pack to give away on Monday when we announce the winner, and then we're going to head into the final prize giveaway for a final, hopefully it's a week, but once we hit that 30K is when we're going to announce the winner of that one. So you can enter as many times as you like. And then also, yeah, see, I was right, Cricut for Australians 30K. Sorry, hashtag. And then Paul next week is going to be prepping for Father's Day. So like last week he was at Christmas, next week he's at Father's Day. So his project is going to be a really cute one, and it's going to include uploading of handwriting and cleaning it up in Design Space and all of that fun stuff. So it'll show you guys how to make those really cute sentimental gifts, and obviously he's getting prepared for Father's Day. So that will be very exciting, and I can't wait to watch it as well. So once again, thank you very much for tonight, like joining in. This turned out way better than I thought it would. I'll take some amazing photos tomorrow with it in some good lighting, and then I will upload the file in Design Space so that everybody else can make it and adjust it and make any changes that they need. And yeah, it was lovely chatting and seeing you guys again tonight, and we'll see you, well, I'll see you probably in 2 weeks' time, but you'll see Paul next week. All right, bye everyone. Bye. I feel like